Alrighty. I love you, sweetie.
Love you.
Hi, everybody. Brandon, Madison.
That's me.
That's my wife.
That's my husband.
Yes, yes. She sang on my album Forever Babe.
Did I?
Yes.
It was nice and terrible.
Yeah. And we're here to talk about a concert we went to together.
That was also terrible.
From which we've got these shirts, wonderful shirts. Carcass. Cannibal Corpse. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who was the headliner?
Meshuggah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to say just a few things. I haven't had a video out in a while, so I thought I'd talk about the concert we went to. Meshuggah with the opener. I don't know how it was an opener. It didn't make any sense to me. Carcass. They could have been a headliner. Carcass, then Cannibal Corpse. They could have been a headliner.
Wow.
And then, yeah.
I think they were all equally awful.
So what did you think of Carcass?
Terrible.
Okay.
No, it's not my kind of music. It's his music, and I just wanted to go to be with him on a date night. But it's not my kind of music, and I don't know if I would even call it music. But he liked it, and he had fun.
Yeah, I had a good time.
But he thinks it was an amazing concert, and I think it was horrible. So
it wasn't one of the best ones we've been to, and we have a shirt from a lot of concerts we've been to. Or
yeah,
I guess all of them.
All of them. We have
right?
to. You have to get one at each concert.
Yeah. And it wasn't the best that I've ever seen, but I had a great time. And I've always wanted to see Cannibal Corpse live. Cannibal Corpse live. Yeah. So it was kind of like a bucket list thing for me. I said, I don't know if I can physically take this, but I'm going to go be in a pit for Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, he put me right in the middle of a death pit. And I was like, ah!
But as for Carcass, not to skip ahead too quickly, they were the whole reason I bought the guitar amp that I have. So it was really cool seeing them play Heartwork live. That was a great album. Carcass. They could have been a headliner. So I saw it there. I got a picture of it. I'm going to put the picture up here. The 5150 amp. Huh. But I got, you saw my amp down there.
Yeah.
It's whatever the 6505 plus, the newer version of it. But that's what I've used since 2005. So for 20 years.
Yeah. It's old.
Yeah, that's my amp.
Like me.
Yeah. What? No.
It's as old as I am, pretty much.
Yeah. So my half stack, inspired half stack. Yeah, my amp head that I have, my amp head PV. Okay.
You're a nerd.
So anyway, I wanted to go see Cannibal Corpse and Meshuggah and Carcass. I was like, wait, Carcass
Look how
is going to
that
be there
worked
too.
out.
I found that out after. I was like, wait a minute, Carcass is going to be there? Of all people, I thought, how are they the opener? That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, Cannibal Corpse, I just wish that it was easier to make out the instruments. It's just kind of mushy. I don't know if that was the sound mix or the fact that everyone was crushing us, but I had a little bit of difficulty making out what was being played.
And I can't understand the names of the words to any of that because they're just screaming and stuff, and I'm just like,
yeah, but it was a great time. And I enjoyed the part where all the mosh pits would break out when we were in the actual pit right in front of Cannibal Corpse, and like 3 people in front of us with a man holding a baby infant.
He had 2 toddlers and an infant and an older kid. Like, who does that?
I don't think they were in the pit.
They were right in front of it.
That's where we needed to be, where those babies were. but we didn't make it.
An infant.
So we were back where the pit was. We were right at the edge of the pit because I refused to become part of the pit.
But you were.
I ended up just standing like this over you.
I was going like this the whole time,
Wait.
and he was behind me like that.
Me and I was like, no. I
was like, stop it.
She was like, stop it. I was like, they can't hear you.
And this guy looked at me. He said, "I'm not doing it." And he's like falling into me. And I'm like, "Stop it!"
And there was some guy to my left. He's like, "I'm helping this guy and I'm helping her," and he had his arm around me, a man.
Yeah,
and both of them, me up.
And both of them were behind me and this other chick, and we were just like, "Ah!"
Yeah, we were all just getting crushed. I was like, you know what?
I wouldn't say that.
And you know what? I reversed. And you know what? Unforgettable experience. Bucket list. Boop, boop. Check mark.
He keeps saying, "Oh, I loved that."
How did it feel?
And I'm like,
yeah, how did it feel? You were there. They were pushing against us, crushing us, and it didn't feel like the people were going to stop. They were just pushing and pushing and crushing, and I still have bruises on my arms from it. Look, actual bruises right there.
That's awful. Show
I
the
still have
camera.
Bruises on my arm. And people digging their fingers and pushing me. It hurt.
He keeps talking about how incredible this experience was. Meanwhile, we were like 3 seconds from dying.
I loved it.
I'm like, how could you love that? But he keeps saying how incredible it was.
My arm meat still has not healed properly. I have bruises. It's today's May 8th. The concert was April 22nd. I'm still waiting for my body to heal from all the damage. But it was wonderful.
Yeah.
And it was truly an experience to just look up and see the guy, corpse grinder, just standing there. He's good doing his thing, shaking his head in a ways I can't do because he said it's, what did he say? He said, "You can't match me." I said, no, I can't.
Was that the guy that had his hair soaking wet?
Probably, yeah, like a real
long hair. Yeah,
the singer guy.
The guy came out with his hair completely soaking wet. I think he just did it right before he walked out because it was dripping. And then he put it down like this, and he was doing this, and there was just water coming off his hair and spraying the first like 3 rows of people. And they're like, "Ah!" getting all wet and trying to drink his
all the technical performance. It was just probably body sweat.
No, he purposely got his hair wet for sure.
But yeah, he can move his neck in ways I wish I could.
I don't think he even had a neck.
Not that I need to do that, but it would be nice to be able to just have the freedom of motion and not worry about the pain or anything. Just be able to like look left, look right.
Most people can do that.
Regular people, yeah. Yeah. Most people can turn their head in regular ways. But I loved it. And I've always listened to Cannibal Corpse since I was young. I guess The Wretched Spawn was the first one, the first album I got into from Cannibal Corpse, 2004. So it's been 20 years for a lot of this stuff. It was really cool to see Cannibal Corpse after 20 years of listening to them.
20 years
and Carcass,
awful.
I might add. Meshuggah, I might add. Yeah. These are some of the first bands I got into. We didn't even talk about Meshuggah yet. So what was it like seeing Meshuggah, of all bands,
pretty
live?
Much the same.
Live.
I'm glad that
Meshuggah.
We moved away from the pit for Meshuggah.
That was a shame.
We were dying.
Because halfway, I would say close to the end of the Cannibal Corpse set, it was before they played that one song. Not that one song, that's my song. It was before they played the song about the...
It's a fun little song about... dirty blood from your car.
we moved away at that point because the pit had gotten too violent. We were like, you know what? I thought we're not gonna make it. I thought we're getting out of here. As much as it was so important for me to be there, we made it through more than half of it. You know.
Yeah.
So we got battered, and we walked away, and we found a safe spot, and there was a girl and a guy there, and she asked him, "Is this a safe space?"
No, I said, are they hitting you over here? She said, no. Were you in the pit? I was like, oh, we almost died. And she's like, no, you're good. You can stand here.
Yeah. Are they beating on you over here?
I was like,
That was awesome. Was
I
a
didn't
good
really
concert.
do that, but
Yeah, so then we ended up seeing most of Meshuggah from there. It's from that vantage point.
I think if we would have stayed in the pit for Meshuggah, we definitely would have been on the floor.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, because of...
They would have beat the crap out of us. I was barely standing for Cannibal Corpse and the other, for both of them.
I know the crowd surfers got to be... They were almost kicking us in the head during Cannibal Corpse.
The one did kick my head.
Did he?
Yeah.
That explains a lot. But I don't think they were surfing that much during Meshuggah. Look at that guy on the bike.
We couldn't really tell about
Ooh,
the
he
crowd
made it.
surfers for Meshuggah because we were away from that area. So it was harder to see over all the people.
You
When
would
we
too.
were in the front before we moved, there was these crowd surfers. There was crowd surfers, and they just kept coming and coming and coming. I'm like,
All right,
ah,
sweetie.
what's going on? What's going on? And they're like, Brandon. Like he's trying to catch him. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And I can't reach up all these. Everybody
So I
was
just
taller
started
than me.
going like that, trying
Yeah.
to keep them from kicking
Yeah,
her in
everybody
the
was
head.
taller than me. I'm just like doing this, and he's actually doing the lifting.
If you get kicked in the head once, and then that's it. Yeah. What? Anyway, I heard a lot of cool things about Meshuggah. I wanted to see them live, and I saw that they were going to be at stage AE on April 22nd. I was like, what? So I was like, yeah, I bought the tickets. They were cheaper than every other ticket for everything else that we've been seeing. So I was like, why not? I mean, I didn't buy the ones. I should have gotten the ones where we'd be in the balcony seats instead of being down crushed on the
He
floor.
paid more for us to get killed.
No. I paid the regular amount for us to be down on the floor.
He paid the regular amount for
extra for us
savages,
to sit in the seats
for
on
us
the
to sit there and
balcony
die.
because I wanted the mosh pit experience, at least for Cannibal Corpse. And so, yeah, we did that. So that was cool. That was great. We saw Meshuggah play Bleed live. We saw Cannibal Corpse play large number of their great songs. What all did they play?
I don't know.
Evisceration Plague. They played that one.
Wow.
That's one of my favorites. That's one of the newer ones, I guess. I don't know if it's newer anymore. I think it might actually be kind of old now.
Okay.
Yeah. Carcass, they played Heartwork live. That was incredible. And Meshuggah they played all type of stuff. Broken Cog, right?
Yeah.
They played Rational Gaze, which is the type of gaze that comes out of your eyes.
Gaze.
Yeah.
Why did you have to describe that?
I clarified. I mean, these presumably are not fans of Meshuggah. These are presumably not even fans of Brandon Strader or
Who?
you.
Me?
Nice to meet you. Welcome, new fans.
Be my fan too. I'm just here for the ride.
She's here for the money.
What money? Anyway.
Would you do it again?
No.
Wait for the truck to go by. Loud trucks driving by. Hey, let's switch sides while the trucks are going. People will be like, what? What happened? I'm putting a shadow on you. You gotta move forward a little bit, I think. Now you good. All right, you're good. I think. Would you do it again?
I'd go to be with you, but I wouldn't enjoy it.
That's a terrible answer.
It's the truth. We were dying.
I think you'll look back fondly on it.
Like that.
Sure, yeah. Is that what we were doing? I thought you saw a bird or something.
Not
You were
today.
looking back fondly.
Yeah, I was like,
Okay. I think, especially for me, like, it was nice to go somewhere and get lightly beaten.
I can do that
Because-
to you home.
What?
I can do that to you
I can do
home.
that to you home. I can do that to you home. Not gonna add the anime effects. All right. Anyway, people driving by like, what are these idiots doing?
They'll see it on Facebook.
Nah, they're not gonna. It's not gonna be on Facebook. It's going on YouTube.
Whatever. They'll see it on YouTube.
Hey, by the way, do you agree to the release of video content? Blah blah blah. The release of YouTube.
No.
Well, now I can't release it.
Yes, I agree.
We're gonna release this video on YouTube. It's gonna go on my YouTube channel. I got a contract.
I know him. I shouldn't tell people that, huh? Who are you, you dirty, weird stranger, you?
I just went to a Meshuggah concert.
That's how I felt. I was like, I'm home.
Cannibal Corpse? Of course, I'd love to see them again. Let's do it. Hey, Carcass, Cannibal Corpse, Meshuggah, come back to Pittsburgh area.
Just listen to those names. Those are awful names.
Carcass.
Cannibal Corpse.
I never thought about their name until I went to see them live. And I was like, what is a cannibal corpse? Well, it's a corpse, one. And it's a cannibal. That means it's a corpse that eats other corpses. That's amazing. That's wonderful. And that explains their artwork a lot, too. Not this artwork. I got the safest shirt that they would be able to wear around the kids. It's just kind of like a scribble. You're like, wait, what? Scribbles?
I was surprised they never
Cannibal
questioned
Corpse?
it. It's 18 skulls on top of each other, dripping their brains out.
And no one's worn
like,
this one yet, and the kids haven't seen it yet. So you're going to take it off. We're going to box it up. Shut.
That's for a different video.
Yeah. You can't really tell what's on this shirt. It's just kind of skulls and pizza cheese pulls. Cheese pulls.
Mozzarella sticks in their
Skulls
heads.
and cheese pulls and Cannibal Corpse. So maybe they're corpse pulls.
And this is just green slime. Nothing else.
That's cool. And the Meshuggah was just, we didn't get the tour shirt because we got there too late. And the guy was like, I have a medium. Do you want a medium?
Like that would fit us.
I was like, do you have anything bigger than a...
He was like, no.
He's like, I have a medium. I was like, do you have a 2X? He's like, I have a medium. I was like, do you have a 3X? He's like, I have a medium. Wow.
He said, and then you're like, do you have the long sleeve?
I should have been like, do you have a 1X? He would have been like, I have a medium.
Yeah. That's all he had. He didn't have anything else. Just a medium.
He could have just said, I only have mediums. Because we don't know. It would be like, do you have a small? We didn't ask. Not that I could wear small, but like, I don't know.
Maybe we could have bought it for someone else.
Gold shirt.
Gold
I
shirt.
get my sister a small Cannibal Corpse shirt for $80. How's that sound?
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Alrighty. Well, it was a life-changing experience, and I loved hearing my wife scream, "Stop it! Stop it!"
He said life-changing experience. I think it was more of a life-ending experience.
No, it was wonderful, and she loved it. She won't admit it, but she loved.
I liked watching him have fun, but it wasn't fun for me.
She loved being protected. Yeah, smack. How long is this? Oi.
Oy vey.
It gets a 10 out of 10.
I give it a 0
It
out
wasn't
of
the
10.
best. Well, actually, I went to Ozfest when I was a little baby. I saw Killswitch Engage live twice, 2 or 3 times. So, just, Ozfest and then Mayhem Festival, and yeah.
Our tastes in music are way different than each other.
I've seen a lot of the bands I love live, which is really cool. In Flames, I saw them live once. Sometimes I forget that. They were at Ozfest, I think it was, one of them. They started playing on the main stage. Nobody was there. I ran over. I think OTEP was playing on some goofy side stage, which was always awful. Not that I'm here to, badmouth anyone. I just did. I'll censor it. I'll just go back and cut around that name so people won't know who I said or who it was. Anyway, I ran over to see In Flames. That was back when 2004, I believe. That was a good time for them. It was a good time for In Flames. They were just starting to change their sound. I saw a lot of really cool bands. We're not talking about Meshuggah anymore. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thanks for watching a 20-minute video.
I'm going to shorten it.
Oh. Okay.
Thank you for going to the concert with me.
Thank you for taking me.
Thank you for surviving.
Thank you for protecting me. Until you choked me at
And
home.
to the people who were crushing us,
Screw you.
yeah, try to do that again and see what happens. Do it here. Come here and try that crap. You did it in the dark of building public nighttime. Try coming here and doing that crap.
Dark
See
of
what,
building
come here and see
nighttime.
what happens.
Dark of building nighttime.
Exactly. That's going to be the name of one of my albums.
That's amazing.
Sounds like a Catatonia album.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, our new album's called The Wilderness of Candle Flame Darkness. They're just terrible now.
The pastime of darkness.
I'm just here just bad-mouthing every band now. So I think we're just going to... Thank you, everybody. Yeah, the concert was great. We had a great time. Right? Did you?
I liked getting out of the
She
house
hated
and
it.
going out for a while. It was nice.
Thank you, everybody. Until next time, you take it easy.